We go. All right, we're in this. Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm here. A day late. Labor Day kind of messed me up, so it's Thursday, not Wednesday. I'm still wearing this because I just got home from work and pretty much started doing this. So we're going to do picks for the week. It's the first week of the season. I am beyond excited. And I have some friends here to pick with me, and we're going to do a little competition throughout the season. We're all going to go through every week, and at the end of the season, we'll see who picks the most games right. So, friends, if you want to say hi, introduce yourselves.
Tim, do you want to go first?
You did that so that I would have to go first because I'd respond. Yeah, sure, I'll go first. My name's Tim, otherwise known as Scythe Dragon. I know pretty much nothing about football and have not been keeping up with the season or any developments in this off-season during the pandemic.
I had to fill him in this morning on the big moves.
Yeah, I'm probably going to reread that as we go on with our picks.
There you go. And Tim, you are a blank fan?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I am a Baltimore Ravens fan.
Facts. He picked the wrong bird, guys.
All
right,
what's up, guys? I'm Tyler, also known as Karmazin. I'm a computer science graduate now, and I stream on Twitch sometimes.
Go follow his
and
Twitch.
I am a sports fan, just in general. I like to watch NBA basketball because basketball is my favorite sport, but I also keep up with football and my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yes, I am a diehard Steelers fan. I know what the injuries mean. We will not be good as long as Lamar Jackson is in our division.
Facts.
So help me God, I stand on my grave.
Facts.
I'm ready.
Facts.
Let's do this.
All right, let's get into it. So, first game tonight, I'm actually really excited about this. I think the Watson-Mahomes rivalry is going to be really good going forward. So, Texans-Chiefs. Chiefs are at home.
Tim, do you want to make your pick first, and then I'll make my pick as we go through this?
Why don't you make your pick first, because I got to check the thing that Ricky sent me to see if there's anything so I can throw in.
All right, that works. Well, I'm going to take the Chiefs at home, and reason being, number one, Ricky, you know I am a diehard Patrick Mahomes fan.
Yes.
Even though I am a Steelers fan, you know that I've touted him as a top 5 quarterback ever since he won MVP.
Yep.
And I genuinely believe that he is not only the face of the league, but also the best player in the league as of right now coming into this new season. So, hot start. They got a lot of confidence. I'm going to go with them over Deshaun and the Texans.
I think, for me personally, the Chiefs' offense, I think, if nothing else, because of their speed on the outside, is going to be impossible to properly defend. The Chiefs, they're going to put up probably 25, 30 points every game this season. Like, you're never going to see Kansas City in a defensive struggle. Houston, I think, will have a little bit of luck tonight against Kansas City's defense. Kansas City's defense isn't great. They lost Chris Jones up front. That's a big loss for them. And I think Watson's going to work some magic tonight, but I'm still going to go with the Chiefs at home. I'm just not sure the Texans are going to be able to outscore Kansas City, especially not losing Nuke Hopkins. So that's kind of where I'm at for the game. So, I'm going with Kansas City at home.
I'm going to have to agree with Kansas City at home. I do remember from my 2019-2020 season memory, I remember that the Texans were off to a decent start. And I don't know all the players, any players that have left or come in that time. I didn't see anything that you had sent me, Ricky, about the Texans. I know that the Chiefs disappointedly won the Super Bowl earlier this year.
Disappointedly?
I was hardcore rooting for the 49ers.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I want the 49ers to win. I'm sticking with Chiefs because I think that they did win the Super Bowl. They did pull out, like, they were dragging behind and they pulled out front, like, really quickly and just smacked them. And I know that Houston kind of started to fall off at the end of last season, may or may not after they got slapped by us. the Ravens.
Oh, that game was an embarrassment.
That game was amazing and solidified that Lamar Jackson was no joke.
I hated that game.
To do that.
And I didn't hate that game because the Ravens won. I hated the game because I wanted it to be a good game, and it wasn't.
Yeah, Watson did not pull out the performance that he had, and I think that something very similar, especially with the Chiefs' recent Super Bowl victory, is gonna something like that could happen. But I'm just gonna stick with the Chiefs because I think they're just gonna.
All right.
I think it'll be a good game, but.
Oh, I think it'll be a good game. All right, so the first.
No doubt it'll be a good game. No doubt.
First Sunday game is Jets at Bills. I'm going Buffalo. I don't think that the Jets' offense still isn't that great. They lost Jamal Adams on the back end, and I've got more faith in Josh Allen than Sam Darnold.
I'm going to have to go ahead and agree with you for honestly the same reasons. Plus, I just personally am not that big of a fan of Gase. Like,
No.
I don't like him as a coach. I think that he is quite possibly ruining some of the younger talent the way that he's running that team, and I just don't like him personally. So
well, I'll take two people, Ryan Tannehill and Kenyon Drake. Take both of them out of the Adam Gase system and look at what they're both doing on their new teams. They're both insane.
Right.
They're both insane.
Where's Tannehill now?
The Titans.
He's all over. I'm probably. You guys said you went with Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think I just pulled up the standings from last season because I remember the Jets had a few surprises last season.
They did
compared to what their normal standing is, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
They pulled out some wins that were unexpected.
Dallas.
And
Cowboys fans.
But I think that I'm gonna agree with you guys again. I know a lot of contention here.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I think the Bills are gonna pull it out because I think Bills are one of those underrated teams too, and against someone like the Jets, I think it might be a better game than perhaps is expected because it is a rivalry game.
Yep.
But I think the Bills just have, from what I remember last year, I think the Bills just have a little bit more than the Jets do.
Yeah. I mean, I've always figured no matter what, division rivalry games are always going to be good. And speaking of which, the next game is Packers at Minnesota Vikings.
That is a tough one.
It is, and man, that's going to be a really good game. I'm taking Minnesota. Minnesota at home. I was not confident in Green Bay last year because of the way their offense played. And if the offense continues to play like that this year, I don't think they're going to get as lucky as they did last year. You can't do the thing where you come out and put up 21 points in one half and then have 24 points at the end of the game. You're not going to beat good teams like Minnesota. I don't think like that. It's not a sustainable way to run an offense. And I've got.
You can't stick with the old Ravens philosophy.
Right. And I've got Minnesota winning that whole division this year. So I think they're going to start.
Remind me again, who's in that division?
Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears.
So basically, the Packers and the Vikings are serious contenders.
Pretty much, yeah.
You'd like to think that Detroit might do something.
Would, because they've got so much talent, and I say this every single year, and they disappoint me every year. So,
As their fans.
Right.
I gotta say, I don't know what it is, but I'm just feeling like Aaron Rodgers is gonna come out in a slump in this first game. Like it's gonna take him a game or two to get into his normal bad man rhythm. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
So I think that the Vikings are. I think they're going to come out hot, and I think it's going to be a close game. Yeah. But I think honestly the Vikings defense is what's going to decide that game. To be honest.
I agree with that.
Once again, I'm going to agree with both of you, partially because of last season, I remember the Packers not being the elite team that a lot of people have come to expect from them.
I mean,
I'm just
they went
anti-Packers.
13-3.
I'm also anti-Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a
true.
little overhyped. Kind of similar to Tom Brady. I think he's overhyped because without his assets, he's nothing.
He's got even better assets this year.
But
he has Leonard Fournette. Can we talk about that for a second?
No. He has. Okay, so Tim, here's the list of what Tom Brady has in
let's see
Tampa
if I
Bay.
recognize any of the names.
Leonard Fournette at running back. He's still got Cam Brate and O.J. Howard and now Gronk as tight ends. All three of those tight ends are easy starters, and he's got all three of them. And now he's got.
Gronk is too inconsistent though.
He is. But
inconsistent and injury prone.
But when your backups are Cam Brate and O.J. Howard, it doesn't even matter. And then he's got
if he goes
Mike
down,
Evans.
You still got...
Right. And then you've got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin at receiver on either side. And your head coach is Bruce Arians.
See, only like two of those names meant anything to me.
No,
but I'm still going with the Vikings because
Same.
they're at home, and I kind of like Tyler's line of thought. I like his it'll take a while for Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers isn't a young quarterback.
He is not.
I think it'll take a little bit for him to get into a swing if he does get in one. I just think the Packers aren't. They're trying to ride coattails of previous victories from years ago.
Fair.
I just don't think they're as good as people cut them out to be sometimes.
All right, Eagles at Washington. The Washington football
Washington,
team.
hands down. No, I'm kidding. It's probably going to be the Eagles. Unless Wentz gets injured again.
Probably.
Yeah.
I have to say, I never root against the Eagles unless they're playing against my team. And I especially always root for the Eagles whenever they're playing the Dallas Cowboys.
Facts.
The thing that frustrates me most about your Eagles is the fact of how inconsistent they can be in 1 week and then just look absolutely dominant the next. Now, mind you, I understand that they have had a pretty bad training camp, to be honest. Like, life has just sucked for your team in general now.
Last year, the injuries were just insurmountable.
And right now, it kind of looks like we're about to trend that same way, too.
We've already lost the entire right side of our offensive line. Brandon Brooks tore his Achilles again, so he's gone for the season. And Wayne Johnson, I don't know how long he's going to be out, but he's not playing this weekend.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say the Eagles just because I know they're the better football team over the Washington team, whatever their name is going to be in the future. But, I mean, I know how the Eagles can be, and I'm just concerned,
I'm concerned about them moving forward, but I don't think I'm concerned about this game. Washington's starting Dwayne Haskins at quarterback again, and watching him play last year, I didn't like anything I saw. So I wouldn't have any faith in him at quarterback. And we kind of revamped our secondary a little bit, and I actually really like where I think it can go. So I'm not worried about Washington's passing attack. So that's the thing that gives me
got bolstered
confidence.
Big time in the offseason, for sure.
I think so, yeah.
I'll have to agree because I just know the Eagles are the better football team, and I haven't heard any inklings anywhere, even in my just glancing of the couple of NFL sports people I follow on Twitter. I haven't seen any big names pop out at me that Washington's picked up in this off season. So if Washington wins, then I'll pay attention to them a bit more. But I don't think they have it in them.
All right, next game. Here you go, Tim. Browns at Baltimore Ravens.
I think this is an easy choice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think it's the Ravens for the first time in multiple years finally have a bit of consistency on their side.
Mm-hmm.
They fell out in the playoffs. I don't know what happened there. I really don't.
Me neither.
But
Derrick Henry is what happened.
Aside from that, like, random fallout there, the Ravens just have consistency. We've got such a strong offense, and our coaching is just solid.
Facts.
Our defense is solid, even with the loss of Earl Thomas, who I only vaguely know of that situation. All I know is he punched someone in training, which, of course, you're going to get ousted for punching someone.
Yep.
I think just all around we're a solid team, and I know you picked them to be the leader of our division.
I did.
And I know the Browns the past few years, it's a multi-year project because their team was garbage, so it takes a few years to fix that.
No, let's be honest here. The Browns are the Browns, and it really sucks for their fans, but that's how it is.
Well, I think part of the problem last year...
picked up, over the past few years, I think they've picked up some good assets that they're trying to work with, but I just don't think they've got the rhythm yet to start rolling to be like some serious competition.
Part of their problem last year was I think Freddie Kitchens, their head coach, was a moron. I'm curious to see, Tim, this is one, and the thing I sent to you, this is one of the head coaches I missed. The Browns' new head coach is Kevin Stefanski, the old Vikings offensive coordinator. So I'm curious to see how he pairs with Baker and to see if he can maybe turn Baker back into a decent quarterback. I think he can, but I don't think it's going to happen in week 1 against the Ravens. So
I think if there was a preseason, I still think even if there was a preseason, even if there was no pandemic that we dealt with, I think the Ravens would still be my choice for this.
Oh, yeah, no question.
The Browns had like a blowout preseason or something.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the Ravens, no question.
Yeah. I just more solid.
100%, since this is an in-division game, and we always love to talk about in-division games, right?
Facts.
You just look at the teams, and it's like, okay, the Cleveland Browns, Lamar Jackson. Cleveland Browns, Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Cleveland Browns, and then that's it. The Browns have no answer for Lamar Jackson. I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of teams that do, but they specifically do not have the answer.
Cleveland's other problem is going to be their offense.
You're breaking up real bad. You can't hear you very well.
Actually, so are you guys a little bit.